Hello, Aries North Node. Welcome to your reading for May 2022. This is Samara, your Feminist Alchemist. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is a general reading, so the messages may not resonate with everybody. Just take what strikes a chord with you and leave the rest. This is a North Node reading. It does not apply to any other major placements. So if you're not sure what your North Node placement is, you can check the chart on my website, which I've linked below in the description box. I've also linked where you can run your birth chart if you would like to get the big picture. If you're feeling this video, give it a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I upload. What else do you need to know? Well, if you're not familiar with the North Node placement, it is a mathematical point in your birth chart that signifies your source of soul expansion in this lifetime. There is a video linked in the description box that is a short info video describing how my guides explained the North Node to me. I've also linked YouTube astrologer Astro Finesse, who goes into all of the details of what it means to have your North Node in Aries. So let's get your reading started. We're going to start with the universal energies, and I'm going to use the Return of Spirit deck by Cheryl Lee Harnish. I've pre-shuffled all your cards and meditated on them and welcomed all of the benevolent beings who are here to send you messages. I'd like to send a shout out to the Earth Council, who has been very present the last while. They're actually the reason that I even started doing North Node readings, to be honest. And they continue to support me in doing that. They're always present, but lately, since the eclipse, it's been like really, really loud. Or it's just been more noticeable, I would say. So, what else did I want to say? I had something go through my head that I wanted to say. That's okay. It will come back to me if it's of relevance. Now, all of your cards came out while I was talking, so I have to figure out which order those came out in. I believe we had that one. So we have right, we have intuition, shifting, and knowledge. Oh yeah, I just wanted to say, I hope that everyone can see okay in this light. I've been having, since the eclipse, I'm already sensitive to light. It's been more intense, my sensitivity to artificial light. So even the light that I would use for when I'm recording, I haven't really been able to use. So I've been opting for recording in the day and trying to get as much natural light as possible. So I do have a candle lit, and I hope that you can see everything okay. I think what it mostly does when it's not bright enough, it gets like foggy, kind of blurry. But I hope you can bear with me through this time so that, I can avoid getting a migraine. So let's start. Right. It's fairly obvious. It comes out a lot lately. I feel that it has several meanings for me, though. For Aries North Node, I'm feeling that this is about, some of you are very, like, literally needing to write because of this knowledge card here. It's like the knowledge coming out during writing. For some of you, though, this is about being able to rewrite or to rewrite history and write your future. So knowing that you are the author. So that's two possibilities. If it's literal writing, then a lot of what you are getting is knowledge that comes through your intuition, that comes from your guides, that comes from the cosmos. So, like you being a portal, especially with all this blue, indigo, kind of third eye, throat chakra, communicating your divine messages that come to you, that are meant to come not just to you, but through you. Shifting, I see your life shifting to fit what the divine is sending to you. And this is for if you are literally writing or figuratively rewriting your life. As you see, like these are kind of lower chakra colors, but also there's a bit of purple of the crown chakra. And it's saying to me that there's a rearrangement going on in your life, or available to you, because this is universal energies, the highest frequencies that are available to you at this time. They're always available to you, but it's kind of, this is the subsection or the little selection that is most potent or most useful to you at this time for your expansion, that your higher guides and the Earth Council would like you to focus on. And so they're kind of setting the stage with this energy, shifting your reality, shifting your belief system, shifting your perceptions of reality. And through that, there's a lot of knowledge. I see like a bee, a butterfly, a flower, and then I see a person here, but I also see duality. So a lot of knowledge about, I see the shifting of your perspective so that you get the broader knowledge about the past, what you've been through, these situations that you're in now. You'll be able to see them from a different perspective, and that perspective will allow you to change the course of your life if you so desire, make the most of situations, grow the most within situations. And it's also, if you feel called, a higher perspective that will also aid other people on when in their shifts that are going to come later than, like, subsequently, because we're all at different stages of our ascension, expansion. I'm trying to get off of calling life a journey, but we're at different stages of our experiences. And so sharing what you're going through now, or what you will be going through in the next 60 to 90 days, could be very helpful to someone else in the future. So even if this is, they say don't discount the value of putting your writing out there and putting your thoughts and opinions out there, because a lot of what you're getting is intuitively guided. If you feel like you have an inner sense of knowing, which is claircognizance, this may be a psychic ability that is awakening in you. I already shuffled this deck. I don't need to do that. Sorry. Claircognizance I'm seeing as something that may be awakening in you, where you just feel like you just know things. So I am now using the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle and the Sacred Geometry of Relationships Oracle. These are by Lon, and I mix them all together into one big stack. Your first card is Multidimensionality. Conception. Where would you like this one? Coherence. They want all three of these at the top. They came out together. So, doop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay. Aries North Node. There's leading energy in here, which is not surprising with Aries North Node presence. As you may feel an inner kind of calling to step up and lead, belief. What's next? This one, curiosity. And last but not least, compassion. I feel there's another one that needs to come out. Yeah, there it is. Ooh. They want this one down here. So you have 8 cards. I usually take 6 in this position. This is your higher self communicating with you about, areas you need to focus on for your expansion, kind of, let's say, more 5D topics. So vibrations, your inner work. It's a lot of your inner work. And how these messages are, these higher energies are kind of showing themselves in your dreams, subconscious, synchronicities. I'm just listening. One moment. Okay, so multidimensionality. Seeing in May increased awareness that you are not just a physical 3D being. And you probably, this is already like, it seems to have already come to your attention, or you're already well aware of that, but this is really embracing the multidimensionality as part of your being. It's not some strange phenomenon that's happening to the left. You know what I'm saying? It is you. And that's, so this coherence and conception is creating from this multidimensional space. Your higher self is prompting you to be aware that you work in etheric planes, that you get divine messages, that you are a divine being, and that to inform your how you move through life, what you do in the physical realm to be in alignment with who you are beyond the physical realm, and for that to, and then with conception, for that to be born into your physical reality. And this is saying, I'll read the card because it has some key phrases in there. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our focused awareness and intentions. Yeah. So bringing that, the core of yourself, your origin self, into the 3D, and knowing that with that knowledge, with that handle on that creative space, you can create anything. There's an infinite realm of possibilities. You can write, or you can just write your own experience, right? Presence is to be completely, fully anchored in what's happening in your life now, because it's giving you all of the knowledge that you need, actually. Deeply being in all of the aspects of your present life and not taking anything for granted. everything is a product of something that you have manifested in the etheric realm through your vibration, through your thoughts, consciously or subconsciously. Most of us create subconsciously like with totally no awareness that we're creating it. And this is you being called to be very aware. We're all being pulled in different ways. I think you're the last reading I'm doing for the North Node Aries. So, and I could say that a pattern of a common thread in all of the North Node readings has been consciously creating. And like all roads have led to Rome, let's say, in that way, though it's in different ways and exploring different parts of the psyche, different parts of the emotional body, different parts of the physical experience, right? There's been lots of variation in that, but every single sign has gotten some type of message of conscious creation and mastering manifestation and looking at what they have manifested and assessing and experiencing and really seeing what it is and connecting it to their own vibration. So that has been a common theme. You have that in the form of belief, curiosity, and compassion down here. And so some of your lack of conscious creation comes by the fact that you need to anchor. You have to look at how much you really believe in, let me move this for a second, in the power of your intuition, or believe your intuition, period. Do you believe the impulses, the thoughts, the emotions, there's always this word that I'm missing. I have to get my thesaurus, but your gut instincts, do you believe them to be true, or do you rationalize yourself out of it? And do you believe that you are gifted? Because I'm getting from this that you are very much so. You do have a gift. All of you are at different phases of it unfolding, and they may be intuition in different forms. I'm getting claircognizance, but what this reading should also do for you is make you curious. And start asking questions of yourself, and don't expect your intuition to look like anyone else's intuition. And this is where some of that compassion comes in. They have another train of thought that they want to attach to compassion, and I'll put a pin in that one. But this one is compassion for, if you feel that your intuition has been wrong before, or if you misinterpreted it in the past as well. I don't want to lose the other stream, so I feel like I want to go there now, but I think I have to finish what this was here. And both of these cards are number 15. So because I have two decks mixed together, there is the possibility of repeating numbers, and you have number 15 twice. Curiosity and compassion go together, and there's a lot of learning about yourself. And so, yes, they will take me down that path. When you really dig into your belief and curiosity, you're also going to come against some deep-seated beliefs about yourself and about situations, about blame, like who's to blame for certain things, about things that you probably thought that you're already over or that never really affected you, but they have affected you a lot deeper than you realize. Like basic, fundamental belief system. And I'm almost getting a vibe of forgiveness around the compassion card, but compassion is definitely, let's read what it says. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. And specifically, I'm feeling compassion as having understanding for people who are at different points on their journey. So if you are, let's say, bitter or begrudged because, you always had this great imagination and intuition, and somebody, because of their belief system, thought that it was either evil or just you're crazy, and that somehow stunted your use of your intuition. Instead of coming at that with anger, you can come at it with compassion and say, well, they're at a different point in their life, a different understanding of their reality, and they also didn't necessarily mean anything bad for me through that. They actually want me to, be in good mental and emotional health, and they think that intuition is not that. So, you know what I'm saying? So there's, and in that you bring love into the world. So with honesty here, sorry, I hope I'm not talking too fast. It's just a lot of information is coming quickly. With honesty here, it's time to really be honest about, not push those intuitive nudgings aside. They need a place. And also honest about any relationships that you feel have been limiting to you. So that you have to be honest about what's not working for you to fully utilize this shifting energy. To fully benefit from the shifting, the support in shifting, you need to get really honest and speak your truth. Even if that's in journaling or just to a close friend or just to yourself, but it needs to be put into the atmosphere to be transmuted, if that resonates with you. I'm checking your 3D reality now. So what's going on in your physical realm that are signs of your expansion or opportunities for further expansion. The first card you have here is Transformation, which is the Death card in the traditional deck. Then we have Strength, the High Priestess. She's been coming up a lot lately, especially since, as you know, I'm a bit late, so I'm reading after the eclipse. And since the eclipse, the High Priestess has been all over my life and all over the readings. But I love her. So I appreciate her presence. Whew. There's a lot going on for you, and I'm trying to figure out what they want me to do with all of these cards, because 4 of them came out. Do I need all of these? The Tower is the most significant one. And then there is Awakening, which is the Judgment card, the Empress, and the Universe. I'm going to leave these. So when I go to explain that, I may need that. That's what they're saying. Okay. in your life right now, transformation. So as we said with the shifting energy, so basically because you are almost, they're saying shifting on a cellular level, like you're becoming more multidimensional or fully embodying your multidimensionality on a cellular level. There is actually no way that this transformation can pass you by. It's only, are you going to move with it, flow with it, or are you going to resist it? And you could be in both, at different times. Both of those feelings can come, But they're showing me, especially in this specific card, like it's coming, your transformation is coming down from the stars. Oh. The Strength card has been coming up for many people as well. The Strength card is telling me that you need to... So some of you who are watching this, and this totally does not surprise me because... but that's a story for another time. Light workers, star seeds, you are either already there or in the process of recognizing yourself. What does that mean? It simply means that you feel that you have a higher purpose. There's something that's innate in your DNA, in your gifts, in your talents, in your being that is meant to be used in this world. And if you don't use that, you feel unfulfilled. You feel like you're not living your purpose, or there's something missing in your life. So you may not resonate at this moment in time with the terminology used for that the labels that people choose to give themselves. But understand that light worker, star seed, the way that they would like me to use it in this reading is you look, this is you holding your light, and you want to step into that, but the world has not been a kind place up to now for someone as unique, different as you, even if you haven't been showing it on the outside. It's been something that you've been very aware of. You've never lost an awareness of it. What's happening now is that it is coming out almost against your will. And this... I don't want to say against your will. It's not that you're fighting it, but you didn't necessarily call it in, right? And the lion is you being able to protect that seed that is now sprouting in you. And finding the courage to be honest with yourself that, hey, my dreams are really vivid. And I hear and I remember everything about them, or I hear voices. I feel in my gut when someone is bullshitting. I think about someone and they call, and this means something. Being honest about how you feel about it as well. Whether for better or for worse, being honest about how you feel about this gift that you have been giving. Maybe you haven't always, or right now don't see it as a gift. And the High Priestess she's very internal looking. She is secure in innate power to create. She's also, as you see, holding, sorry, here you can barely see that, but that's a ball of light or a crystal ball, and then she has one here. So it's almost like, here's the journey, and here's stepping, like fully stepping onto that throne of sovereignty, of, yes, I have these gifts and I know how to use them. So May will bring a period of figuring out how your gifts really work and how to use them. You may also have a female or a feminine, someone who has embraced their divine feminine, be like awaken you just by their presence or by seeing a video by them. Or so this by no means has to be someone you know. In fact, I feel like it's not someone you know. It's someone out there who they have triggered a response in you that leads you to be, well, leads you to this tower moment, leads you to want to shift out of your current situation, because you actually stepping into this multidimensionality, your intuition, how it works for you, as that starts to grow, you will definitely see your present situation, see the life you've created around you differently. And the tower moment, it may shock you. You may have a shocking revelation. And this is where these cards come in, awakening the Empress and the universe. A shocking revelation, or like total, the knowledge that comes to you will actually free you from a situation or a way of being that wasn't serving you. The Empress is you taking the opportunity to now use your intuition for your benefit. And the universe is these situations coming to an end, or these conditions coming to an end. So all in the month of May, there seems to be the quicker that you embrace your multidimensionality and your intuition, the quicker your physical reality will change to support what you are becoming. Oh, I gotta blow my nose. One moment. Okay, so yeah, May is going to be an interesting month, and as I said, it's going to go. It can go very quickly if you allow it to. There's no Chariot card here, but the shift is already happening. It's just about how much you hold on to what's trying to be released. If you prioritize your intuition and your multidimensionality, then the adjustments will go more quickly. I am going to look now at the Wild Unknown Tarot to get some information, insight on how you can best navigate your physical reality to serve your expansion at this time. This is the third one. This is here. This is here. If I didn't say before, all of the decks that I'm using are linked in the description box below if you're interested in that. They are affiliate links for the most part, except for, I think, for one deck. which is, oh, sorry to interrupt your reading for this public announcement. Sorry. The deck that I used before is the Star Child Tarot by Danielle Noel. And I just used the major arcana, but it is a full tarot deck. I just pulled the majors from it. All right. So how to move through this transformation. This is the Star in reverse. I'm getting an inward looking energy. Create from the inside out, and don't get too in a tizzy about what's going on around you. Anchor yourself in your internal being, in your spark, your internal spark. That is what is guiding the transformation, is the authenticity, that the origin of you. That which is you is guiding the transformation of everything around you. And once you attach your identity to what is going away, you are blocking the unfolding of your expanded identity, let's say, because you're also in a process of seeing things differently, which includes seeing yourself differently, how you perceive yourself. And let's just be real. A lot of us have ideas, thoughts, and beliefs about ourselves that are just simply untrue. They become true because we tell them to ourselves over and over again, but they are essentially not the truth of our nature. So staying internally focused is going to be important for you. Excuse me. In the month of May, we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. All around all of this, all around all of this huge tower moment. And and the funny thing is, it doesn't feel like it's completely like a dramatic, sorry, I'm shaking this, completely a dramatic moment for you. It doesn't have to be. It could be dramatic in an awesome way, because you're like, feeling a sense of lightness come. The 9 of Swords is encouraging you to be active, an active part of this restructuring process. Affirmations. Here comes the writing again. Being an active part of it is also being a witness to it, actively witnessing it. So your life is not happening to you. It's all in there. Like, you're in it too, right? It's happening because of you as well, for you and because of you. So you have the power to, they're showing me, they're saying the pen is the sword. Again, you have the power to use affirmations, to change any negative self-talk, to be very present, because this is the present card is underneath there. Be very present with what's going on. Because, see, you don't have anything like hermit or retreat into a space where you can be alone and protect yourself from the things that are going on around you. This is about be in it. Be in it, knowing, like, with this star completely at the center of everything. Because when we get down to the 6, this is the 6 of Swords in reverse. When we get to the 6 of Swords in reverse, we're at We're getting to letting go the baggage of the past. With love and compassion. Any last lingering feelings of inadequacy, anger towards people who have made you feel inadequate, investigating any beliefs that don't seem to serve you. Like, where did that come from? Why do I think that? Who's the first person that told me that? And this is where, like, things like, I really do advocate for writing, because you can go back and read it, right? And see how far you've come. So it doesn't just help you in this stage of your life, but it helps you in the future as well. And sometimes when if you follow astrology and planetary movements, sometimes when a full moon or an eclipse or a planet moves into a sign that it was in the past, the astrologer will say, look at what happened in, I don't know, October 2012. And this is a conclusion of that, or, right? So having those type of journals can be a great tool for you to be actively involved in your soul's development and expansion. So the Six of Swords is saying, expect that there will be some attachments that are really deeply ingrained, and that you were not aware of until you started down this path of awareness. So just don't go in blind. Expect some challenges and resistance, and then you will be prepared to deal with them, right? Yeah, they're there. They are there, masquerading as something in you that is healed and functioning perfectly normal or perfectly well. But once the tower comes, you'll realize that there are some deep-seated beliefs, behaviors, habits, self-talk that needs to be deconstructed. And the Eight of Cups. This is, and it's with honesty, with strength. Some of these things that you discover in the Six of Swords in reverse, it's about moving forward now, having laid certain things to rest. They're not telling me what it is or what these situations are. And it's not really necessary for me to know, because some of you don't know it yet, right? Until you go through the Six of Swords in reverse. So, and it may feel like, they're showing me the mountain in the back, it may feel like insurmountable, but this is why compassion for yourself and for the other person, and being, letting love flow through it regardless, releasing blame. And that is not to say I must be the bigger person all the time. I can't cry, kick, stomp, throw something, or, set my ex's sweater on fire safely. You could do all of that. Go ahead. As long as you give it its moment, you give it its truth, maybe you write about it and you move on forward and let the energy now shift, because you've allowed the release, and you now tell that story of the past. Either you don't tell it at all, or you tell it with a different coloring, right? Not to make you yourself or the other person look better, but as something that serves you, serves your deeper knowledge, serves as a lesson, serves as something that other people could also learn and feel supported by. be brutally honest with yourself, and it just keeps coming back. Like there's someone writing and it comes out. The writing really gets like deep into all of your bodies, and allows then, and once it's out, there is room for the shift, for shifting, and for new things to come in. We're going to take a look now at your soul's purpose. So this will just be a broad overview of your soul's purpose for everyone in the Aries North Node Collective who comes to this reading. So obviously not everybody, but those of you who have found this reading. I'm just going to ask for, a common thread that in the people born in the Aries North Node, what their soul purpose is. And I'll use the Light Seers Tarot for that, just to give you some insight on, why your life goes the way it goes, why you experience some of the situations that you do. Because that type of information can really make you feel at ease, and the divine works very, very well with ease. When you're at ease, there's so much that they can do for you, even if it's at ease in a situation where everything feels like it's wrong. If you are relaxed about it, the divine and your team can actually help you, guide you more easily, because you're open to receiving. So what do we have here? We have the Four of Cups. The Strength card in reverse. The Fool in the upright, and the Page of Swords in the upright, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So the Four of Cups is kind of giving me a hermity kind of energy, but more in, like, she looks bored. In this card, she looks bored, but I'm actually getting more of a contemplating of life, because the Four of Cups is also, as balanced as it is, it can be a little stingy, right? And hoarding things, keeping things to itself. So it feels like here, but physical reality may feel mundane to the Aries North Node. These are the words they're giving me. There's no fame, there's no fortune, there's routine, it's boring, everything is even. And the thing is, it may not be the case, right? It may be, you may be in a very stable place in life that, always has food, hot water, clothes, opportunities to spend time with family and friends. So I'm getting from the Four of Cups energy that you may not be appreciative of the life that you have built around you, or the life that's around you. And it leaves a kind of emotional stagnation or a void. Yet, because it's the 4, it's like you are in a very balanced and blessed place, but your soul, on a soul level, you don't feel that way. Pourquoi? Why? Because the Strength card in reverse is saying that there's a lot of self-doubt, and see, the self-doubt is coming right around the intuition and the multidimensionality. You have, because what you need to make your life feel exciting is a stronger connection to yourself, and that inner self, your intuition and your multidimensionality being a part of your existence. And the Strength card in reverse tells me that on a soul level, like soul contract, soul plan, the doubt is kind of built into your design. And the time that it took to really connect with your intuition and multidimensionality, that kind of disconnect between your physical reality and the one in your imagination, and the doubt and feelings of misalignment that ensue is actually part of the path of learning and growing that you're on. Because the next, with the shifting, you have the Fool and you have the Page of Swords, who has a book and compassion. So, and an amethyst here. You'll see why they're pointing to the amethyst. Oh, yeah, the amethyst, because it's purple and it's multidimensional and it's about intuition and the third eye and the crown. There you go. And the Fool. So you're meant to run with your multidimensionality and intuition. You are meant to run with it to all types of adventurous places. But no one is going to really... like in this whole reading, I'm not really feeling like there's anybody in your physical reality, friendships, that is going to support you in that. Not that they're naysayers either, but it's just like it's a very internal shift. Your internal world, your intuition, your otherworldliness needs to be lived out. But the Page of Swords is also, and the Fool together, it's like it's a very playful, experimental, let's see where things go energy. She's walking a tightrope, she's on a cliff, right? Or she's walking a sword here and she's on a cliff. So it's all about taking the risk and jumping in. And it's not really a risk at all. That's the the irony. It's like you're doubtful, but the doubt I'm getting is in your abilities, not in your ability to turn your abilities into something. But you're doubtful about your abilities, but your abilities are like extremely. Sorry, I have to plug in the camera here. Okay. You're meant to also have a playful energy about it. It's not all serious, right? I'm getting here also that you see the world in a way that no one else sees it. And because the Wheel in reverse, it feels like you're a record keeper. You're meant to record moments in history through your work some way. And it's very interesting because there's like this duality between the Four of Cups in the upright and the Wheel in reverse, because the Four of Cups is saying, I'm bored with this stability. And the Wheel is, because you get bored of stability, you end up creating chaos. Yeah. And this is, as I said, a broad overview, so it can be applied in any way. But look at, do you create dramas or unrest because you're bored with the way things are? That's one way of seeing it. The other way of seeing it, as I said, is a record keeper. But I am seeing that Aries North Node, you need a place in your life where you lead in order for your soul to feel fulfilled, where you lead and blaze trails and yeah. But that does not mean that you need to destroy everything in your path either, right? And I'm getting in the Wheel of Fortune in reverse that you are, part of your soul's purpose is to learn how to be exactly where you are. Because all of this is by the card presence, right? And knowledge. Everything you need and everything you need to know is exactly where you are. And you can't go anywhere else until you have this gratitude, until you find how to be this energy, no matter where this is. Because you'll do this destruction and still end up here at some point. Your excitement, your trailblazing comes from embracing your intuition and bringing that into form somehow. I'm going to leave that there. I believe that it will wrap up nicely with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I'm pulling a final oracle. And I usually just read from the book for this because the card that's the divine chooses usually, in my experience, is exactly what we need to hear. So we have card number 33, Flower Moon Blossoming. I'm also going to pull a couple oracles from another deck after this one. Okay, 33, Blossoming. Do not give up. You have planned for this. Take no notice of what others think or say about you. Open and rise. Someone around you may be jealous of your success. Mark your victories. The affirmation is, I joyfully blossom and I feel no fear. In the country in which I live, there aren't a lot of meadows, that classic kind of gently rolling open space, often between a forest or mountains. This kind of space whispers to you, here, rest a while, lay down, my friend, it's soft. The first true meadow I saw was in Yosemite National Park in the United States. It was early spring. The snows had pretty much stopped, and nature had taken her opportunity. In front of me, as far as I could see, was a green meadow of grasses covered in blossoming flowers. It was so beautiful it almost made me cry. I just stood there for a while, taking it all in. It felt so hopeful and new and joyful. So I felt hopeful and renewed and joyful. I walked into the meadow and was soon surrounded by this blossoming. The flower fragrance drifted up with the breeze. There was a dusting of pollen on my clothes. I could hear the contented buzzing of a few insects. In that moment, I was so grateful to be part of the meadow. Anything seemed possible here. There is a time to blossom. We plant seeds, physically and metaphorically, so they will blossom into what we intend. Perhaps the journey has been a long and hard one, but we shouldn't give up, especially if we are close. Fear is usually the thing that prevents flow and blossoming. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of change, fear of what people think. I could go on, but no, if we can release the useless fears and begin to enjoy our growth and eventual blossoming, it will all be worthwhile. This companion stone or metal for this card is ruby. So I feel the key here is being present. Being present. And being present for all of with all of your senses and extra senses, right? All of your intuition, all of what the nature and the synchronicities. Apparently, there's a lot of synchronicities and signs around you as well. So this boredom, this tendency for feeling stuck in a rut is mitigated by presence. Messages from the Guides by James Van Praagh. I'm just going to grab a couple from here to see what the final messages are for you, Aries North Node. You are here for a reason. Ooh, got a lot to say to you. You have 5 cards. So let's see. You are here for a reason. Never judge another. Where does this go? Here. Live your bliss. Know your truth. And death is an illusion. I'm getting that death is an illusion is a very figurative, it has to do with that transformation card that come up. Yeah, death is an illusion. So everything that you're losing, you're not losing really. Did they want me to say something else? Yeah, they're saying that death could also be an ego death. But take that as it resonates. They just wanted me to give that last message there. So, Aries North Node, always a pleasure. I will see you next month. Keep an eye out for my new series, Grounding into Gaia. That comes out every month. It's a channeled message from our Mother Earth, plus a pick a card reading to guide you through Earth consciousness in the month. Yeah. And other than that, I'll see you around. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.